Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to ChatGPT Insights, where we dive into the latest news and updates on AI, technology, and more. Today, we're talking about a fascinating case that's making headlines. OpenAI's bid to dismiss copyright claims from the New York Times over its popular chatbot, ChatGPT. So, what's going on here? In December last year, the New York Times filed a lawsuit against OpenAI, alleging that ChatGPT outputs are violating copyrights by regurgitating news articles. Now, we know how the AI game is played. It's all about training models on vast amounts of data. But the question remains, did OpenAI do enough to ensure its chatbot wouldn't infringe on NYT's works? OpenAI argued that the New York Times should have known about ChatGPT's potential copyright issues 2 years prior, citing a single November 2020 article where one of the newspaper's reporters discussed OpenAI's AI training. However, U.S. District Judge Sidney Stein disagreed, stating that it's up to OpenAI to prove that the NYT knew about the alleged infringement. Stein said that even if the Times did have knowledge of ChatGPT's potential infringing conduct at some point in 2020, that alone wouldn't put them on notice. He pointed out that the articles cited by OpenAI don't provide enough evidence for a clear connection between those reports and the specific copyright infringement claims made by the NYT. This ruling might seem straightforward, but there are nuances here. Stein ruled that while OpenAI hasn't provided sufficient evidence to dismiss the NYT's claims, they do have an opportunity to prove their case through discovery. But what this means in practice remains unclear. Now, we know the New York Times is taking on not just OpenAI, but also Microsoft over similar copyright issues. This raises some interesting questions about liability and responsibility. Who should be held accountable for the actions of users manipulating ChatGPT to skirt paywalls? And how will courts determine the extent to which AI models like ChatGPT infringe on existing copyrights? OpenAI's spokesperson has stated that their models are trained on publicly available data and operate under fair use principles. However, as we've seen with this case, things aren't quite so straightforward. One thing is for sure. This ruling sets a significant precedent for how AI developers will navigate copyright issues in the future. It highlights the need for clear guidelines on what constitutes fair use when it comes to AI-generated content and whether companies can indeed claim that as an excuse for potential infringement. As ChatGPT Insights, we'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story, staying updated on any further developments in these ongoing cases, and exploring the implications of AI-generated content on our society. That's all for now.